Hey everyone, Chuck here. You see we're hanging out in the city today here. What I wanted to capture for this episode here is what we must do to support where the company's going, wants to go, or needs to go. And we talked in the past around the idea of, strategy and everything we do must align with and support the strategy. But I want to take it a little bit different direction. Where we talked about before was, the strategy, where you're going to play, how you're going to win, what your plan to get there, and then reviewing all the tasks that we do and determine if they align with and support the strategy. The second part of it that I want to have us think about here is not that so much as how do we maintain that? And so the first thing I want to say that we tackle is at some point we need to step back and do this analysis that says, well, what is the strategy? And is what we're doing aligned with and supportive of that or not? And if it's not, we've got to mark those things and go look at those things. It also means as a company, we got to step back and look at our products that we're selling and decide if the supply chain can support that or not, because what we're focusing in on here is a couple things. Number one, the business we're bringing in, are we bringing in the right business? Number two, if not, what are we going to do about it? Because that's what affects how we do our work and gets us in trouble and that stuff. So if I had to give you a sequence of things to think about, first thing would be we need to step back as a business at some point, sooner the better, of course, and go through and look at two things. Number one, the products we have, do they fit with how our current supply chain was set up to be? And if not, kind of move those to the side on a list for a moment, and we'll come back to those. But then that gives us a chance to look at all the stuff we're doing now and decide if how we're doing our work aligns with and supports that. If it's not, this is the opportunity now to change the process through our skills with lean and everything else to redo our processes. If they're not, they're going to go over to this other column for a moment, like the other products or that stuff. Assuming for the moment we've got processes that are aligned with and supportive of the work that we're supposed to be doing, then what we need to do is a couple things. Number one, my belief, every 6 months we got to step back and review how we're doing business and adjust it to get back into the mainstream of how we're going to operate. Number two, as events occur, I know in healthcare and in lean, they call it adaptive design, but they adapt the systems on the fly to be able to fit the processes we've got right now. So I think we got to build a process that way. Number two, then I think we go back and look at all those products they got and see, do they fit with how we want to do business? If not, we're either going to have to build another supply chain or it's going to be more costly to have those items. My point being, as an entrepreneur myself, if it doesn't fit what we're doing, we shouldn't be doing it. I know that's easy to say because we're not the ones selling, but if we're selling things or making things that don't fit with who we are, then we either got to build the supply chain for that or we got to step away from that business. There's enough other business out there in the world, and it is challenging out there. But because we don't have 100% of the business, there's more business to be had. We should be focusing on what we're doing. Easier said than done, I know, as a small company. But if we're working on things that we're not good at, that's going to get us in trouble. So I think what we've got to spend our time at is at some point step back and say, what is the markets we want to have, and what are the processes that support that and align with that, and then go through all our customers and look who fits and who doesn't, and then have that hard conversation of either the customer changes or we change. If we change, it's going to be another process that we're going to have to build separately, but we can't be all things to all people here. Okay. And then, like I said, every 6 months, we should probably look at our processes again, review them, and update them to this new standard of doing business. And then, as we're on the fly, um, making decisions if this new product, how we're going to do it so it fits in with what we're doing. And if not, then we've got to figure out if it's worth keeping or not. And I know this is an easy conversation to have. It's an easy conversation to say, but it is truly hard to implement. because it has to be that courage to step back and look at everything we're doing and saying, is this the right thing to be doing? Because it could cost. Wouldn't surprise me if we add to the company by subtracting and changing how we do things. So I hope that gives you enough here that you can start a conversation back at your work around what's the right thing to do in this area. Because keeping going the way we're going now is just going to continue to make things more chaotic and tougher to get work done back at work.